to the Locals in the Loop podcast. We are sitting here with Beck from Serenity Sounds. Do you want to tell us a bit about, firstly, who you are, when you came to the Sunshine Coast to start?
Yeah, so I've been here 3 years. Came from Perth, WA, and what do I do? I'm a single mum. Have a really strong passion for music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you find the music scene on the coast?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Overwhelming.
Well, I think coming from WA and having such an abundance of it, and especially outside and real cool funky venues, warehouses, laneways, wineries at the beach, to coming here, and I followed it. Like, I followed the music everywhere. With my kid, it's like, well, where can I take him? You know, it's something's missing, and there's amazing artists here. And it's just like, where can I see you play that's not in a bar?
Yeah.
That's my hard thing. Yeah. As a mum.
Yeah.
Because I want my child growing up through this, like, it's the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's what I've witnessed.
There's that coming about too with like the cafe gigs, and now they've got the morning DJ cafe raves. Yeah. It's like, yes, I'm about this. I fall asleep early.
Yeah. I mean, I love Prana Fest here is amazing. Yeah. And the fact that it's a whole wellness and spiritual vibe. Woodford Folk Festival, I'm yet to go, is magical for kids and bringing the music into it. But I was following music every weekend, and it's like I'm struggling to find it here, like the backyard events. Yeah. Getting down to all these secret locations. Like, I know you guys have Sofa Sounds. Yeah. Sienna's doing amazing on the coast in Noosa. Yeah. But I've connected with a lot of artists here, and it's just getting out of that drug alcohol scene.
Yeah, definitely.
It's big for me. That's hard.
So what's your background work-wise? So now you're doing Serenity Sounds. Where did you come from working-wise?
Nowhere in this scene.
Yeah.
Nowhere. I was a professional R&B hip-hop dancer, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
That's sick.
For 6 years. So I think I don't know where the strong passion for music and why I'm constantly collecting heartstrings.
I think that's why, because I'm a dancing background, and I think it's like, yeah.
But you feel,
right? Feel music.
And I think when you're either trained to... it doesn't even matter if you're a dancer. Like, I've been around the music industry for a big chunk of my life as a dancer. And I learnt really fast to get out of that scene because I knew what came in the nightclub scene. Like, there was the bikie club and Kiz-On and drugs being passed around, and you're just like, oh, whoa. So you learn really quickly to tire out of it. But I've done, like, the mines. I've worked in the mines for a lot of years, recruitment, and I ran my own event agency when I was 21.
Whoa.
So being a break dancer for 5 years, I was like, I'm really good at connecting with people and bringing people together, and I'm really resourceful with that. So I thought, okay, I've got DJs here, I've got bar staff here, I know a photographer, I know dancers. All right, let me create an agency. And I started getting into fashion festivals with Colin Barnett's son, actually, Sam Barnett. I did one fashion festival for. And then I went into weddings. And I could easily, it just became easy. Yeah. So I provided my boyfriend DJ at the time the backpackers to serve drinks, and it just flowed.
Wow, that's so cool.
So it's like, well, I've got contacts. I'm a hustler. I'm good at this. So it's like I've found my strength. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's how I weaved into that and fell in love with it. But it was never I'm going to organise music gigs at the time. Or I didn't know many musos. I knew DJs, dancers, but yeah, I don't know. Music is medicine to me. Yeah. I think the whole point of it.
I got like shivers you saying that.
Yeah, I think this whole thing I get so passionate. Like, I get so emotional just talking about it. Relocating to the coast here, I could not find a home for 3 years.
Yeah.
The whole duration of being here. So I came up from Brisbane with my little boy thinking it's going to be easy. And then got into a home, unfortunately, with an alcoholic, so I had to get out straight away.
Yeah.
So it's been short-term rentals for the past 3 years and nothing really stabilising. But in that 3 years, there was a 2-week period of me and Mally being homeless.
Far out.
And going into a home with a mum and using her son's room to sleep for 2 weeks before the next short-term place.
Goodness.
So Serenity's about not just appreciating the musician and trying to get him out of the bar and let young kids come up and experience that music and give a stage to the musician where we can connect with them.
Yeah.
And it be a medicine for someone like us.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they're going through. The money's going to those because I've experienced it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, this is the only way I know how. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Using my strength to bring people together to try and create an event to raise the money because I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things tying in.
Yeah. So Serenity Sounds, is this your first event? So you're doing, it's basically events to raise funds for different causes. So this current one, it's for a specific woman?
I have I have 4 families.
Okay, 4 families.
There's one woman specifically that's escaped DV.
Yeah.
She can't get legal aid. Because what people don't realise is when you're a single parent, father or mother, if you have the child 100% in your care, you can't get free legal aid. People think this is a government thing too, like the housing, we had NRAS in our community nationwide, and that was National Rental Affordability Scheme. During COVID, they take that away. So everyone on a low income, like myself, do not qualify for that grant. So we were allowed to go into these homes that were like $240 a week, really, really cheap. They take that away. The prices are $400 to $500 now for studios.
So that was a Queensland thing?
It was nationwide.
Right.
Yeah. So when I moved from WA, there's the homeless people I'm trying to help, and Oz, who's creating the hub to have live music there, and he's working 7 days a week and flat out he can't even give time to his own family, and he's all over social media. He came and helped me when I had 1 week left to find somewhere. Right. So I'm bringing Oz in. So to answer your question, there's helping people who are homeless or facing that, can't feed themselves, women escaping DV, and I'm passionate about it because I've experienced it, coming out of domestic violence, trying to find a home here on the sunny coast, taking 3 years, using Oz to help me. So I do have one woman that's escaped DV. She's currently looking for a home. She's in public housing, but they've said you got to kind of move out and move along. You only get a certain period of time, apparently. She's fighting for her 2 kids through a custody battle. There's a lot of families involved. Another friend of mine has said there's a woman on the sidelines with stage 4 cancer at the moment. She's got some fundraising going, but if you want to help her cause, there's that. I'm getting an influx of people contacting me since I've had this. So I think the point is I need to try push this and see what I can do my end.
Yeah.
I'm one person.
Yeah, I feel you, Yeah. So I suppose, and then it obviously pulls on your heartstrings, and we were saying offline before, it's just domestic violence is so prevalent, and it doesn't just come in the form of like physical abuse, it's mental. And I'm 30, and it's so common, and it's more and more relationships, and it's just, and I find it such a difficult situation to be in as well as an outsider, you can't tell your girlfriends to leave, and you can't, it's like you can't help, because it's like this control over their minds, and then they're stuck in that. And then having also experienced it myself, and it's just, it's sad, and like you don't really know how to help them until it's too late as well. So I think this is really important about the awareness piece, and it's about raising your sons at home right as well. Yeah.
And I sat there and went, I'm constantly looping my story too. Yeah. And I don't want to be sitting on a couch looping my story. Like, this isn't helping me.
Yeah.
What else can I do? And it wasn't until I met and heard of Tim Morrison, who's kind of like your Dan Pereira on the coast in WA, but he's hardcore. He's hardcore, brutal love. And we just deep dived. It was very somatic. It was raging. It was getting all the suppressed stuff out that gave me the tools to get out of that victim, get out of that depression, get out of all of that mental darkness. Yeah. Not a lot of people can do that.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they're in a domestic violent relationship, they don't see that. And you can't tell them.
No, exactly. It's exactly it.
It doesn't matter how many friends of mine said you need to get out. I don't listen.
It just, and you push them away, and it's like that partner, it's a controlling thing too. They want you to be isolated, because how do you control someone is isolate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They isolate you. Yeah. But then you isolate yourself.
Yep.
And then...
Yeah, because...
It's a cycle.
I remember with me, because you'd reach out to your friends for help, and then you'd break up, go back, go back, and you're like, I can't keep dragging my friends through this. It's not fair on them. This is my choice, my decision. And then, you isolate yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not even a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just going with something familiar to you at the time. Yeah. You don't know it's wrong or right.
Yeah.
And women especially tend to hold on to hope.
Yeah.
For change.
Yeah.
So they'll keep going back thinking, or they want to fix.
Yeah.
And rescue and be a saviour. Yeah. And it's like, over time, you learn your life lessons and you learn boundaries, and you go, hang on, I need to put myself first. Yeah. I need a healthy boundary. Can I have that courage to go, no more?
Yeah. It's so hard. And I remember when I was really young, and I think I was 16 or something, and driving home late at night, and this man was ripping his girlfriend across the road by a hair, and there was blood everywhere. I had to drive her to the hospital, picked her up, drove her to the hospital, had to do a police report. And then I remember getting a call from the police a few days later, and they said, she's decided not to press charges, she's going to go back. And you're 16, you're like, you're an idiot, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then you get into it, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. You get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your situation? Do you have a home to go to?
Yeah.
Do you have parents to go back to?
Yeah.
Where's your self-confidence? Where's your self-worth?
Yeah.
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 You know?
It's crazy.
So there's so much that comes into it. Like, I can't sit here and say how to help someone or what to do next, or we can't be a saviour. No. Everyone's got their own journey in life, and I learnt that with myself, but it's just horrible witnessing it. Yeah. And it shouldn't go on. And I think, look, I filled out that many DAS forms in front of a GP when so they make you fill out these DAS forms to see if you're suicidal in a GP clinic. So I went into a GP because I was having all these health issues and I didn't know why. Yeah. The same year I left my ex-husband. And it was all down to stress and depression. Yeah. So they make you fill out these DAS forms, and I think I'm getting better, and they go back in, you fill out another one with another GP because they're asking you what's going on in your life. You naturally open up. And the amount of prescription medication I was given for antidepressants is out of this world. And I was like, oh, fuck that. Like, I don't want to take antidepressants. Like, I don't need that.
It's just band-aiding the issue.
It is. Yeah. There's another way. And the only way I got out of it, which is where the music comes in, was I was like, I'm a dancer. I know how that felt when I was dancing to music. Yeah. I know the release, the happiness, the high you get, I need to find a muso.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. I need to find my music. So it took a year for me to get out of my home and feeling that isolation and getting through the depressive state, and take my kid out. And it was Geordie Maxwell in Perth was my first. And
really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, I used him too.
I love Geordie.
Yeah.
And he was a comedian, which made me feel good. Like, well, not professionally, but he would just bring this comedy in between each song. And
I haven't seen him live.
He's so cheeky, he's so fun, and he's just honest. He's such a humble guy.
Yeah.
And I even approached him and just introduced myself after, because I thought, Beck, just get yourself out there, go say hello and connect.
Yes.
And I did, and it just made it easier. And he wouldn't have realised at the time what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, just connect with someone.
Yeah.
Went to his gig at a little winery and then connected with him and left and thought, I needed that. That made me feel good. Yeah. And then it was Michael Dunstan.
Yeah.
Was the second. I love them all. And he opened up about mental health.
Right.
And it made me feel like I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not the only one, but hearing it from a musician when you're there makes an impact.
Yes.
So I started thinking, this is my medicine. Then it was Ruben DeMello who just won The Voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I became really good friends with him. I even went to his wedding, saw him and Liv play in Perth together.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I discovered Suburban Vibes. And Suburban Vibes, run by Riley, is huge, and it's drug-free, alcohol-free, and in all these awesome locations, which Sunny Coast is kind of missing.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is it. Like,
yeah.
My vibration's high. I'm feeling better each time.
Yeah.
So I don't know whose life we could impact on the night.
Yeah.
You don't know what someone's going through on the night of this winter solstice. So I call it the 3 points of connection, heartfelt connection.
Yeah.
So someone might be amongst the crowd and be going through something shit. They're too scared to connect with the person sitting next to them. Maybe that person next to them is, really friendly and outgoing and says, hey, starts a conversation. There's a conversation there and the connection there. Then there's the medicine and connection with your muso.
Yeah.
Then it's you dropping into how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And connecting with yourself.
Yeah.
And it's the healing.
I think, it's, and bringing all people together in a space and bringing something to make it tangible and it's okay. And then making women realize, because they don't know who to talk to as well. And it's like just being like, it's okay. You're surrounded by it. There's a lot of people going through it.
Yeah.
Reach out. And then, so making them, because I know with me too is you kind of knew there was an issue and then you kind of bury it, but kind of fast forwarding the process of being like, oh, okay, this is it. This is not okay. It's not okay to feel like this shit all the bloody time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then doing it in a safe zone where there's connection. So bringing like the awareness and the connection and and the music's going to be amazing. So talk a bit about the actual event. So it's winter solstice.
It's winter solstice on the 21st of June, so it's the shortest day, the longest night of the year.
It's late this year. Isn't it normally earlier? Oh, no. No.
So it gets darker earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the night feels like it's going on for longer.
Yeah.
So, it's about the 21st each year.
Oh, okay.
21st, 22nd, a solstice equinox. So the night is, so the gates are going to open they're open.
Yeah.
There's no gate.
So we're at Flying West?
Flying West, Open Heart's Mend. I chose Open Heart because Reese has such a beautiful energy, and when I needed a safe space, I came to this couch.
Wow.
And was crocheting and creating things in my head going, and I was talking to my friend Al one night and he goes, this car park needs to be filled with people, not cars. And I went,
done.
Fuck, it does. Like, we could have an event here. What can we do? And it was all like the whole creative creation was happening on this couch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I tried to do this at Kismet one time because in Yandina that was a similar vibe.
Yeah.
Beautiful energy. Georgia was no longer running it, but when I first came to the coast, Kismet was my safe place.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone on the coast.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, go to Kismet. You'll meet people. And
So
you'll
true.
align with them. You'll meet musos and sound healers and shiatsu people, everything. Zen chai. I thought, okay, then they sold and they're not existing anymore.
What?
Yeah, they sold. The dentist next door bought them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm so sad.
I love that mushroom.
That mushroom. Love that mushroom. Yeah, all the mushroom elixirs, everything. Yeah, Georgia birthed something really special. So Serenity was initially going to be there, but then the cyclone came through, which wasn't a cyclone.
Ruined my 30th, thank you.
Serenity didn't happen, and I was like, I need another couch to feel safe on. Where's the couch? Where's my people? So I came here and I went, oh, there's a couch. Fuck, okay, I'm going to spend my time here crocheting, connecting with people.
Yeah.
And building my tribe. And I went, we need to have a gig here because imagine the stage being under open heart. Like, it's just...
I can't wait for it. It's such a cool space.
Yeah, so I've got Huey. Oh my God, it's so cold.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
it's snowing.
It's freezing here. So Huey is going to open with his original song, which is Oz's son.
Right.
He's only 11.
Oh, wow.
I haven't met him, but as soon as I saw him sing, because I was stalking, going, who's this kid? And I saw his studio shoot, I went, fuck, you're going to make kids feel like they can get out of their comfort zone, and you're so young and doing this. Yeah. You're a little inspiration. You're going to open this gig.
Wow.
So Huey will open. Myself, Oz, and Chrissy Slater, who helps women on the coast as well, she helped me, are going to talk before the music kicks off. And I've got Dylan Crow singing, who I met outside Coles. I've got Lindsay Battelle singing, who I met at Bed Bath and Table when I was working there.
No way.
She's a mum and hasn't sung for years.
Wow.
So no one knows her. And I'm like, yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
She's fresh meat. This is great. So
sign my record deal.
Yeah, I'll be your agent.
Yeah.
It's great. So Lindsay's going to come up with, and she'll have her kid, her little 1-year-old Georgie, running around. Radu.
Yeah.
You know, Kumradu. He's beautiful. He teaches Mali guitar.
Wow.
My son guitar. I actually used Radu and Samson for a charity event I did when I first came here, because I crochet organic pieces, and that was another antidepressant. It was like crochet music. So I created an event for Sunny Kids. So I raised money for kids in DV, and I mean, we raised $300 that day, not much, and it was a really small gig. Yeah. But that's how I met Radu. Right. And then I used him at a birthday event and thought, you need to be lead. You need to just run your own show. Yeah. You're so good. Yeah. And yeah, so I've got him coming because he's different. He brings such a old soul sort of. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny when musicians have old souls.
Yes. And he reminds me of that era where Bob Dylan was like getting big. I'm like, you've got something else in you that no one else does on the coast. Like, you're special. Yeah. So yeah, they're my musos. The music will probably kick off about 4 after we speak. BYO food, make it a real kind of cozy family kind of music vibe.
This is kind of like the first thing I've seen on the coast. It's creating this safe space and bringing it into pop culture.
I really want to do something different. I know people are catching on to the backyard events, and that's special and beautiful in its own way.
If you have a backyard.
Yeah, if you have a... compared to WA, you guys have land for miles.
Yeah.
But but another thing is, it's like, I know some people would feel a bit uncomfortable going to another person's home.
Yeah.
As well, compared to, say, an open space.
Yeah.
So I thought, no, this is good for the first one. And then if we can find funky areas, and it can be constantly a ceremonial event each time. Next one will be spring equinox. Yeah. You know, so I want it around solstice and equinox.
Yes. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then all the proceeds are going towards the families.
Yeah.
Are they going to be there?
No.
Yeah.
No. And I can't really
disclose.
I can't disclose a lot. Like, it's hard enough speaking about them and what they're going through. It's just snippets, but they won't.
Yeah.
They won't be here. So I thought, well, Oz can definitely get funds to 2 families, and whatever extra, depending on ticket sales, it's going to you, like, through Waves of Kindness, helping you with the hub, because he just gets so many people reaching out to him.
Yeah.
Like, more than obviously what I get. He's very embedded in the community and well known for this. So I thought, no, I'll help.
It's crazy how many people are in need here.
It's huge.
Yeah, and like obviously it's the trending cost of living crisis.
Yeah.
But it's real, it's here, and it's getting worse, and things aren't looking easier, but it's like, at least the good thing is I was like from Sydney, and it's just everyone's miserable, depressed, and stuck in their holes, because besides the fact it's too bloody hard to get anywhere, and you're stuck in this social media rut and doom scrolling, and at least here the Sunshine Coast is such a community, and it's like everyone's kind of got each other's back.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And I think that's another driver here. Like, I have huge community over in WA.
Yeah.
It's funny you said that, because I met, during my time of leaving my partner, I met this beautiful woman who's my best friend now, Jazzy. Hi, Jazz, if we get on air. And I invited her to Philippe Baldomir when I started getting out. And I was like, you're coming to a gig with me.
Was that in Solva?
No, this was in Perth.
Oh, in Perth, right.
In Perth, in Mount Lawley. I said, you're coming to a gig with me. And she's like, okay, like, I don't know what to wear, let's go, because we haven't been out. And we rock up, and we kick our shoes off. The first up, like, just dance. And my journey of using music for medicine is her as well.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we saw him together, we're like, where's he playing next?
Yeah.
We road tripped in her van down to Margaret River. 2 mums followed him. He played at Settlers Tavern.
Oh, yep.
And she's got such a high vibration. She would always say to me, Beck, you got to take the high road. Always go take the high road. Like, with everything, her attitude was just incredible. And if you're going through something and you can find a friend like that, even if they don't tell you got to get out, any of that, put that aside. If you find one person that will raise your vibration and get you out through music, that's all you need too, you know. So we went and saw him. We were the first 2 up dancing.
No way.
Then we saw, I can't remember his name. He's a famous videographer here. He followed the boys around, Jack Botts and Philippe and everything. Danced with him, Kyle, I think his name is. But it was gig after gig.
Yeah.
Till we saw Philippe again at another location in Perth. I'm like, this is our positive music.
Yeah.
This is our positive crew. We went from 2 single mums to now there's 60 under the Dusty Feet crew banner in Perth.
Really?
Yeah, we created a community. So it's like, well, you know, you come here and you do something like this, you connect with someone positive that just wants to get up and dance, and you know.
And I think that's the best sort of advice in those scenarios, is like, even my friend, she was like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's just dumb and push you away, but it's just like, I'm here. Yeah. And she's like, just journal it. Write it down. Yeah. And then it's like self-thought. Then you look through and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with the community thing, like, I think if it wasn't for me meeting her in WA, it would have been really hard for me to get out and just build that. Because it's not as... Sunny Coast is different.
Yeah.
Sunny Coast is so I can't explain it.
Yeah. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. Yeah.
As soon as I came here, it's just like, holy shit, it's so easy to meet my people here. So easy to connect with people. Everyone's friendly. They're really open-hearted. Not saying there's no one like that in WA, but I just found it easier here.
Yeah, there's less walls up, I think.
Yeah, it was so different. So it's that beautiful push through this event. I can't imagine creating something like that in Perth.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of beautiful people here. It'd be quite an emotional event, I think.
Yeah, I want it to be vulnerable. I want it to be vulnerable, and I want people to feel safe. I want the musos to be vulnerable and to open up about what their songs are about and their experiences, so you're connecting with them. Because tell me a gig that you've ever been to where the muso's actually been in a bar environment or a backyard environment and they're really telling a story and talking to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where is that? They might open up a bit about mental health a little bit and then kick off their set, but you've had a glimpse. It's like, no, this space is we're connecting.
That's the best part I find not best part, but one of the best parts about talking to musicians is how they came about their songs. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Both the riff and the lyrics.
Yeah. It's like I've been to too many gigs where it's just been a support act and the main act. Yeah. In bars or wherever, and it's like, well, there's a whole disconnect. I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about you, and I want to know who you are and have that connection with you. Yeah.
I think, and musicians want to share it, but then they're so often shoved into the pub gigs. Yeah. And they're like, people are half listening, they don't really want to be there. But they got to feed themselves.
Yeah. And they're getting requests, oh, can you play this song? Or can you play this song? And it's just like, can I play my own fucking song? Yeah. And you like me for what I can do? Exactly. You know, or they're boosting the sales for the alcohol. So there's great venues out there, but I think at the end of the day, it's get the musician out of there. Let them sing their own songs and you having the connection with them.
That's the really beautiful thing for So Far Sounds, when everyone's actually just quiet and listening to the music. It's so powerful. Yeah. And imagine that with the muso being up on a stage singing and having that. I've got full attention, they're fully in on what I'm doing. Understanding what they went through to create it as well will be crazy. Yeah. Because even my song got me through, it was Hot as a Muscle, Gang of Views. I'm like, oh yeah, Look Happy, what were you going through when you wrote this song? Tell me. Yeah. No, I get it. I think mine was definitely Satsang. Oh yes. You heard of Satsang? Did you see him live? I've seen him twice. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll be with the Spirit Cacao. Yeah. Dan was awesome for bringing him over. I think the best part of that gig was when Satsang's playing on the stage and he says, right, I want everyone, and he's just making an instrumental to what no longer serves you down here. You're going to lift it up, and then when I say scream, you're going to fucking roar. Really? And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to get triggered, I'm going to cry, there's a whole massive view, everyone's going to be crying, what's going to happen here? And everyone screamed. And just the release of it. Yeah. And I shed a few tears. I was like, oh shit, you've activated something in there. Yeah. But that's the medicine in it. Yeah, because there's so much stress, anger, emotion stored in the gut, which leads to health problems I'm learning now. A lot of my health problems are coming from gut and emotions and stress that's stored there. Yeah. Affects injuries and brain fog and everything. Sleep and the whole nervous system and living on adrenaline. You tell me your day, are you charging all through the day? Do you slow down or do you ever mask what's happening here? And if that ever pops up, do you find a distraction through work or whatever you love to push it down more? People do that, you know? They're like, oh, I'm strong, I'm dealing with it. I'm like, you're not dealing with it. You're pushing it down as far as it can go until you're triggered one day and you can't. Or you're burnt out. Or you show it in signs of lack of sleep, fatigue. Master of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
there
big
was
time.
a really special piece at Prana Fest last year. I can't remember what it was called, but they had the women come together in a circle and like hold each other, and the men get around behind them and bow down. Oh my god, a mess. Everyone was like hysterically crying. I'm like, why am I crying? But it was like seeing that
healthy support.
Yeah, the men like that, and it's like that's what women want. That we want you to like be supportive and be our carer and be like our warrior. For us, not against us.
Yeah. Woman's primal need is to feel safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the man to make a woman feel safe.
Yeah.
You know, to be surrender enough to make the woman feel safe. You know what I mean? Like that healthy. I'm not going to go into masculine, feminine because even we have both, and a man has both. You got to have the healthy masculine, the healthy feminine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Conversation, but yeah, you don't want the toxicity coming in. Exactly. And I think going on a whole other level, but I think my conditioning when I was young as a little girl was, you can't be angry, that's not good.
Yeah.
Like, push that down, what are you getting upset for? Yeah. Or, like, have feelings, can't have a voice, like that. In that generation, it's so, but then you realise and you learn that anger is healthy. You don't have passion without anger. You just need to know the two work together. You just need to know how to harness and do it in a healthy way and then push,
Exactly.
So, that's a whole other thing. I think, look, at the end of the day, everyone's asked me, oh, do you sing? Are you in a band? Like, why are you doing this gig? And it's like, do I need to be a musician to feel? And music to be my medicine and to want to put this together for other people? Yeah. Like, my driving force is helping others, having community, knowing that music was my medicine through hard times, and giving the artists that I love a platform to reach others. That's what it's about. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a whole...
I can relate, because, like, doing the gig guide, everyone's like, do you play? I'm like, no, I'm too busy doing the gig guide.
Yeah. And it's like, but what was your driver?
Yeah,
to do
the music, which is probably the dancing. And, because I remember stumbling upon these artists at Pridgeon, Elsom & Co. At Pridgeon Beach Hotel way back then. Any pasta platter, a glass of wine. I was like, these are freaking amazing. These people, I didn't even know they were playing, and then being like, there's so much talent. Yeah. I don't know how the hell to find it, and then now it's like, now pick my favourites. My mum are going here this weekend.
Yeah, and you built yourself up just from your passion for it, and then just following the music. You don't need to sing or play an instrument.
I said every band's got to have a groupie, and that's me.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of like, Beck, you just need to stop following me around now. You can't help it, you're so good.
Yeah. And like, because I saw Spacey Jane last week. And then I'm going into Spacey Jane. I'm going to look at my step count. Yeah. So I did 8,000 steps, walked out there, 14,000. I was like, I jumped up and down 6,000 times because I just went mental. Yeah. And then because my friend's like, go in the mosh. I'm like, no, I need space.
Yeah. Dancers are like that. We either find a platform or a stage or our own corner. It's like, just get away from me.
I'm like, no. This is my time.
This is my dance space. That's your dance space. My best mate, Al, up here, old Al in his van, he's introduced me to Clunes and everything down south because I've never been down there. And I said, Al, because I wanted to go see JB Patterson at the Eltham Hotel, but I thought it was last Saturday night. He was on the Sunday, and I had to come up Sunday, so I missed him. But it didn't matter because I said, I need Chase Music, and I know watching Instagram all the time there's something happening on Johnson Street in Byron. It's always a musician in Byron. Let's go to Byron. I was like, all right then. So we went to Byron, and there was this amazing musician playing just outside Grill down this little alleyway. And I was just in awe. I was like, holy shit, you're freaking insane. And I said to Al, I'm going to get people up to dance. Like, he's performing and everyone's just walking past doing their own thing. It's like dismissive to me.
Yeah.
I get really protective for a musician.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I get protective and I'm just like, no, fuck, you will listen to him. So I gave my phone to this woman. I said, can you film this? This can be Serenity content. This is how you connect. I'll show you how to connect. And I just started pulling people up, and then this little girl was looking at me. I reckon she was 6. And she's kind of going like this, and I leant down to her and I said, do you want to dance? And she's like, yeah.
Oh.
So I grabbed her hand and we jumped the whole song.
Oh my God.
And this guy who's Resonant Hand, love him, Mark's his name, we connected really well.
Yeah.
He felt more alive, like the more people we were pulling in and getting to dance. Like, it was just fun. And you witness everyone coming in to dance with you, it lights them up.
It does. It's crazy.
Why I think your biggest challenge is judgment. Stop worrying what everyone else thinks. No one gives a shit. I don't care you're walking past going like this, pull you up even more.
Yeah.
It's medicine. It's soul food.
Yeah. It's like, makes you feel good, because I think you go to the phone sometimes, instant gratification make you feel good straight away, but like when things happen in real life and real gigs, it's like that buzz lasts longer.
Yeah.
And it's all about connection. It comes from connection. You can't do it alone.
No. And you talk about it the next day.
Yeah.
And then
I'm still talking about Spacey Jane.
And I'm vibing for like a whole month. I'm still vibing from that gig a year ago, because you go back to that memory. Yeah. And then it brings up that energy.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say my biggest fear in life is living with regrets. I'm like, I'm just going to do everything. Like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, exactly. It's like, who cares if, like, this podcast, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to be in front of a camera. I don't do podcasts. I don't know what a podcast is. So, but then I sat there and I went, no. Like, I remember Jazzy always saying, yes to this, say yes to this, experience it. I thought, you're right. So I thought, yep, she's in my head. Okay, yes to this. Let's go, Larissa, let's do this. So it's every part of life. And I always say, like, if something's consuming my mind, I'm like, wasted energy, next. Yeah. That's just helped me so much. And like prioritizing my head, I'm like, wasted energy, poof. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
big time. Yeah, I think, like, I've been here 3 years and it's, like I said, it's hard to find music, so I thought, well, why not fucking create it?
Yeah.
Like, let's just do something. And hey, I may only sell 15 tickets and not many people will come. Do you know what I mean? But at least I tried. Do you know what I mean? At least I worked my ass off and I exhausted every single avenue of promotion, asking. Like, I reached out to so many musos on the coast here and said, can you help me?
I think the question is, are you going to be breakdancing? Maybe spring equinox.
Maybe spring equinox, yeah. I'd need some pretty...
Let's do a little duo.
Some pretty,
I'll do like ballet in the background.
upbeat, music to do that.
Yeah.
Spinning on my head and baby freezes. I might do a baby freeze. Oh. If there's enough people coming.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to start something now. Everyone's like, I'll come to the gig if baby freezes have done some breakdancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, probably not.
Never say never.
I know, but you're a dancer. Yes. We're going to have to... We're both going to be there. Intermission with Larissa and Beck.
Toilet break.
Yeah.
So any like final words you want to say? Any like last advice for women or people in homelessness? And
I think...
Bit of Justin Timberlake in the background. Totally did a dance to this song as well.
For me, when I was looking for a home, the best advice I can give is don't be scared to reach out and ask people for help or use the community pages on Facebook. Like, I got really vulnerable on Facebook in the communities with a photo of myself and my son and said, we really need to find a place. I'm not giving up. Like, I know I'm going to find something. And it was all really positive. And the amount of trolls that came through saying, go to Brisbane, or it makes you feel like you're not wanted here and brings you down. So my biggest advice is don't let it.
How's the keyboard warriors? Like, just retire.
But it's like, who gave you the right to say you own this place
Yeah.
and no one can live here? Don't get reactive, number one. Don't put your energy into shit like that. Half the messages that come from those people, they're bored. Yeah. They've got nothing to do and they're trying to get a reaction. Just leave it and just keep pushing through happy and with yourself and asking for help. Ask me, I'll help you.
Yeah,
exactly. If you're nervous or a bit shy or don't want to put yourself out there in front of people and them to know who you are by name or whatever, just go, Beck, help me. Yeah. I'll post for you.
Yeah.
Come to the gig.
21st of June.
21st of June, Serenity Sounds. Jump on and get a ticket. If you don't want to get a ticket, the price of the ticket is a donation anyway. So it's,
Yeah. So if you're interested in more about the cause, the families, whatever, send a DM.
Yeah. Reach out to me. Even if you need a house.
Same. Yeah.
If you need somewhere for 2 weeks on school holidays, I won't be there. Use my studio.
Cool. I live in my car. I'll come.
Yeah. You can stay in my studio.
Yeah, sweet.
So, I've made a few connections now to help people, so...
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for doing everything you're doing on the coast.
Oh, you too. Yeah. Take some credit, my love.
Yeah, thank you.
You're doing good things.